Hey, welcome back to Score on Business. So, still here with Christi Baeuerle and Regis George, talking about advertising and mobile billboards. Can you talk to us about how you help customers develop effective advertising campaign strategies?
Yes.
Wow, good question.
Yeah. I would say most importantly, first and foremost, find out what that client's pain is.
Yeah.
Meaning, what's their need? What do they need?
What do they want to achieve?
What do they want to achieve? Do they want to just brand a product? Are they trying to drive people to a particular event? Are they trying to sell a particular product? That's important for us when we're there talking to a client, finding out what that need is. And then after that, really kind of establishing, okay, what will the message be to the consumer?
Mm-hmm.
You know, as far as, you know, the demographics, where you want to be, and what do you want that message to say, and what do you want to accomplish? I think, you know, don't you agree with
100%.
Yeah.
100%. You know, we go through a series of very specific questions to develop strategy. And those questions might entail, you know, what type of income do your customers make? Do you know where they live? Do you know what kind of car they drive? Do you know what type of employment they make? Is it more male? Is it more female? Is it ages 18 to 34 or maybe 25 to 54? Once we start uncovering answers to all these questions, it helps us using our proprietary software to go out and find areas where these people they reside. Are we going to focus on state buildings? Are we going to focus on hospitals or lunch areas? So there's a whole hodgepodge of things that you could do, but they're all not the right thing to do.
No, I mean, your advantage is to go where you meet them.
Exactly.
Meet them where they are.
Meet them where they are is exactly how we like to express that. And I just think it's important to know that when we're asking these questions, we're not guessing. There isn't a lot of unknown when we're out working for these clients, because we have detailed all the things that they asked us. They have provided for us who their perfect customer is, and then we go out with a plan saying, here's where we think that all your customers are. And then we develop a plan, and we develop the impressions, the frequency, the duration, the attributions, anything related to that, and we can provide that kind of data analytics for our clients at each campaign.
Which is important, I think, with the data analytics and the geofencing, and really kind of taking our client's message exactly where they want to be.
Data is so critical, because you know, kind of when you're trying a message, it's really an experiment.
Absolutely.
You know?
Well, yeah, the cliche statement is 50% of your advertising gets wasted. It's just what's 50%.
Yeah.
You know, and if data can, that makes a lot of sense.
Data helps out a lot.
Yeah.
Well, because now with all this new technology, there's answers that you can provide to people that you couldn't in the past.
Right.
So for people that may have tried to look at this 5 years ago, well, now 5 years later, there might be a whole new answer to the questions that they were asking. You know, just when I look at like DNA testing that happened years ago, now they bring cases back because now you have DNA. Well, businesses that may have decided not to utilize this years ago because they didn't know that what the impressions are or the unknown, all those answers are now provided.
We just started, you know, on a proprietary software of being able to track with the data analytics, being able to track from our message to the actual store or to an actual event. So we're really working on trackable results for our clientele.
That's really good.
Yeah. You love technology, right?
So you're both, each of you have been entrepreneurs at least 2 different companies. And so I wanted to see if I could get each of you to talk a little bit about, you know, having been through and done it, what would you tell somebody who's new and getting started?
I would say don't be afraid to do the work.
Yeah.
And most importantly, you're going to have to roll up your sleeves, and you're going to have to do everything from whatever it takes to get the job done.
Yeah.
There's nothing glamorous. You know, you can't just show up and say, I want to be a business owner, I'm going to be the president, I'm going to hire a bunch of people. No, you have to be prepared to do all of it. And then go from there. And then what we feel and what we've learned ourselves just by trial and error is always be open to learning. Yes, always be, and then learn from your mistakes. The contracts that you don't get, find out why you didn't get the contract, so you can learn to be a better company or present a proposal a little differently. I mean, certain questions like that are essential to really know, because there's no, you know, program that says this is how you become successful.
Right.
It's trial and error, but always being open to grow and learn.
Yeah, I think that's so critical.
Yeah.
Yeah, and how about, and we'll come back to you to ask about another concept in a moment. How about you, Regis? What would you say?
So I'd say that the advice I can give on this, it would be more for sales professionals. I would say that the main thing, if you want to have a career in sales, is that you never allow your funnel to drain.
Right.
You always have to have prospects. When you stop prospecting, you're dead.
Well, you're saying this to salespeople, but guess what? When you're an entrepreneur, you just became the salesperson.
Salesperson,
Yeah.
exactly. You know, so it's just so important that you you make sure that over time you're constantly replacing and replenishing. You can't rely on, you rest on your laurels and rely on, oh, I got this big client, now my life is going to be just roses forever. That client will have a shelf life just like anyone else. They're not going to be here forever. So you always have to be prepared.
I think that is critical, and whatever means folks are going to use to gain customers, it has to be consistent. And when you get busy with a customer, you can't just stop because
And so there comes a point, you know, especially in a small business, where you have to really manage your growth, because you can't put yourself in a situation where you're not serving your best clients at the highest level. All right, you might, yes, you want 100 clients, you want 1,000, you want as many clients as you can handle, but you don't take on too many clients that are the ones that are most important to you. They're not getting the attention that they need.
Exactly, and there's a couple of things there. One is understanding who the right customers are, and two is having the infrastructure in place so that you can take care of them.
100%.
Yeah.
Very important.
Okay, so we need to take a quick break here, and we'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back. Okay.